So I have good news and I have bad news. And I will give you the bad news first. I mean, it's not bad. There is no such thing as good or bad in this vast universe of infiniteness, infinite possibilities. But my gosh, right now, that crash out is so real. So yeah, maybe that's like the bad news. Maybe you've been feeling that, where it almost feels like everything is falling apart. Right now, astrologically, we have a ton of planets. I don't know all the planets, a lot of planets in Aries. Aries, we are a fiery little, I want to say devilish, but like it's just fire and wild and beginning, right? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and we're almost like childish but like impulsive. And this is just, I mean, we're all more than just our sun sign, right? So I'm more than just an Aries, but Aries in general, it's the beginning, it's impulsive, it's just like, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna burn it all, I'm gonna burn the boats, and just, right? And that part I do relate with, hence me living this wild lifestyle here in Portugal right now, and who knows what's next. I kind of have an idea. This place ends in a month, almost a month. It comes to an end, so a month and a half. So in that time, Nove will go live. I just sent out an email, so if you're not on my email list, the doors are reopened to join as a founding member for just the next few days, because I had no idea that it would take so long to get approved in the App Store. Right now, I guess a ton of people are applying to the app developer program. So it's like because I applied like a year ago, like 7 months ago, when I first really started this project in this way. Like I've been building this app, the concept, for 2 years, and then ever since Ireland is when I really started like going all in, because I like got the missing piece, which was dream life sleep hypnosis, and then it's also evolved so much since then. But that's when I first applied to the program, and I got approved in like 24 hours, and this has been like a month now. And so anyway, it's divine timing, because it's been allowing me to allow in more founding members, but also to finish updating and adding features and perfecting. And with app development, I've learned that there is just always something. And so yeah, it's been perfect. But that's where I've been also. I usually update or upload way more frequently, and I've missed this. There's like been this thing in the back of my head, like upload. But I've also been moving through this like very intense time right now, where the other day especially, I forget what was happening energetically, but I think it's been kind of spread out too. I don't think it was just that day. It's like all the fears are coming to the surface, and like every kind of, which we know is what happens in quantum manifestation, which I'll get into in a second, but like as we're quantum leaping and we're timeline leaping and we're starting the new, we're stepping into the new, we're stepping into that Aries energy in literally every aspect of ourselves, like our Venus, our love, our relationships, our Neptune, our dreams, our thoughts, our introspection, like all this is like getting a complete reboot. We're going into the new timeline, which means anything that is not in alignment with that new timeline must be brought to the surface, which is like what we're going through right now, is the brought to the surface time, which is so fun. Get that shadow out of the way. So like for example, the other day I was working on Nove, and I don't know if I mentioned, but you can join to be a founding member, so I'll link that below. So if that link is active, then you will be able, so here's Arlo and Aslan and Duchess. You can see Duchess now? Oh yeah, there. Now we're all in the frame. Yes. My little zoo. You can join. If the link is active, then you can still join, and I will send you, I personally send these emails, a welcome to the founding members, and then there will be a link. You can join the WhatsApp group, and the price that you pay for joining will be your locked in yearly rate, and it will not start until you start in Nove. And so it doesn't start like right when you purchase it, which I've never actually like addressed, so that's a thing. When I was working on the app the other day, I was sitting there, and then I had my hand here, and I saw something crawl, and this was already after like a really challenging day. Like a lot of my unresolved things that I didn't know were there came to the surface, which is great. But I was facing. I was like, I see the truth in this and this and this. And then, of course, a tick crawls across my hand, and I was just like, what? Like a tick in my house. And ticks I understood in Italy when I was living on the farm. Like, I'm living literally outside and like in a tent, in my glamping tent, which was such a fun little era between my glamping tent and my van and my own little yard there. But a tick here, when I hadn't walked the dogs like anywhere really naturey, like I've been walking them on the sidewalks and stuff, and so it just didn't really make sense to me. And so I knew in the moment that I saw it, I was like, and the fact that it wasn't latched, it was just there. It was meant to like invoke that fear even deeper. And that's what's also been coming through so much. Like so much. I want to just like drive this home with you right now, and myself. It's like that fear. What we're meant to do right now is to see the fear and to see the limitations and to see the illusions of the lack, the worry, the guilt, the shame, the unworthiness, the embarrassment, all of those low vibrational things. We're meant to see it and release it, and we're meant to face it with love and with truth and with abundance and rewire. That's what NŌVÉ is all about. It's literally, I could like cry, it's so profound right now, but like NŌVÉ is all about taking the undesired and wiring it with the desired. It's about rewiring the mind, reprogramming the subconscious mind. NŌVÉ means 9. NŌVÉ also means new, pretty much. It's a mixture. It's the 9 in Portuguese and in Italian, which I'm here in Portugal. My NŌVÉ is in Portugal and in Italy. I had no idea when I picked the name. I just saw it and I knew that that's like what it needed to be. And then I learned that it meant new, and like the root of it means new, which we're headed into the new earth. We're headed into the new timeline. It's literally happening right now with all this Aries fire. And so in quantum manifestation, we talk about this often here on this channel, but when you choose with your free will, so in order to quantum manifest, you must choose. That's why in NŌVÉ, I'm not sorry, but like I am plugging this a lot because it's like, that's, my brain is now programmed with NŌVÉ, but also I think that it's just like so profound. You have your chosen timeline. Your chosen timeline is, it's worded in that way, at least when I talk about it, because your free will is the most powerful, the most definite thing that you have. So when you choose, you have to choose what you want. You have to choose the timeline that you want, right? So when we think about the concepts within reality transurfing, which is a book that I reference often, I read it when I was in Switzerland, and that's when I started this YouTube channel 2.5 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. And so I want to start from a really clean slate with this because this is such an important concept right now. Your mind and your heart have to be in alignment when you are choosing a timeline within the quantum field and you want to quantum manifest. And so you get your mind out of the way by deprogramming it, by seeing the illusions, the fear, the lack, the worry, the guilt, the shame, the unworthiness, the embarrassment, all these things, right? So that is what could be in the mind, in the way of the mind. Your heart knows. Your heart has the knowing. Your mind has to choose. So oftentimes, like, our mind just takes over the driver's seat and thinks that like it just has all the power in the world unless we redirect. And so we need to give the divine union back to the 3, right? The mind, the body, soul. And so the heart and the mind have to come into agreement in order to choose the reality that we want, in order to quantum leap into that timeline. So we get our mind out of the way, we see through the illusions. The illusions are probably coming right to the surface for you right now. Just see through, rewire. Your heart knows what you want, right? And so choose that. As you are when you are in a state of that remembrance, like whenever you find yourself, like in that moment when I saw the tick, I burnt it alive, which is like what you should do, because the diseases and everything. So I burn it and I put it down a drain or something. That's my method. But I did that and I didn't have any fear. Like when I was burning it, as like weird as this is, I was releasing that fear, releasing that old story, right? And no longer identifying with that pattern anymore. And in that moment, when you face that limitation, that illusion, with that remembrance, with that love, with that freedom, with that sovereignty, with that abundance. That is the most powerful time to choose the timeline that you desire. So you choose the timeline that is in alignment with what your soul knows. And so that is when you get your mind and your heart into agreement. And what happens from there is, again, anything that is not in alignment with that chosen timeline comes to the surface for you to do this exact process of seeing through the illusion. And so oftentimes when we see all these things like crashing in on us and it feels like the world is crashing in on you, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. And it's okay to feel like, I was even feeling that the other day. I was like, God, I feel like the world's crashing in. Like, I really feel like the world's crashing in. This mold in the house is really, really hard for me. If I don't follow the strict diet and stay consistent with the brain retraining, then it really gets to me. And like, I live with mast cell activation syndrome, many of you guys know this, and that's what led me to understanding brain retraining and understanding nervous system regulation. This house is just like, and the houses in Portugal in general are typically quite moldy. And so it's been part of my like another layer of working through that fear and like those attractions to environments like this. Arlo Duchess. I wish I wouldn't call him that. My sister started calling him that and I just cannot stop. And so yeah, that's been one of the things where it's just like, why? And then the mosquitoes in the house, like this morning the mosquito woke me up at like 5 a.m., which I'm not in the 5 a.m. club right now. And I had the light on, the mosquito zapper. I was like, go to the light, you motherfucker. And it wouldn't. And it's just been, like just a lot of things where it's just piling up, and I thought the app would be live by now, and so I'm just staying super focused on that and like just really just trying to like figure out where I want to go next. I'm like, I love Portugal, but there's something here that I can't quite pinpoint. I'm like, what is it? And there's a part of me which I've also come to realize, hold on, let me get the dog. Sorry, they were about to go crazy. Look at all the energy. Gonna go bark at someone. There's something here where it's like, it's so perfect on paper, like where I am is so perfect, this village is so perfect, but there's this knowing in me that I need to go somewhere else. I need to be on the move right now. And what's interesting is that the universe sent me someone, like an old person that I had dated, and he's so perfect on paper, right, in a lot of ways, but we were like exploring a relationship together again, and I had this inner knowing of it wasn't meant to be, and it doesn't make sense that it's not meant to be, but it was this inner knowing. And it was part of my journey to see that pattern of mine where in the past I would not acknowledge that. I would just like follow what was good on the paper and stay in a relationship for 4 years like I did before, just because my mind, right, was in the driver's seat and was saying, this looks good, this works, this is it. And my heart was saying no. And so really this time right now is not about what makes sense. It's about what feels right in your body and in your soul. And so your body will also tell you. And I know sometimes it's like very hard to trust the body when you're like, this is just anxiety. This is just like, this isn't fair. And what was coming through to me in my meditation yesterday, I was like, why do I have to be so sensitive to environments and to foods and to all this? Like, why? And then my guide showed me, which that's another thing, is like really communicate with your guides right now. They've been coming through so strong that like they're here more than ever. The veil is so low right now where anybody can communicate with them. But my guides have been telling me where it's like, this is one of your greatest gifts. Like, this allows you to navigate like the healthiest places. Like, you being this sensitive, it's perfectly designed. Like, everything is a perfect design, and you're just different. And like, there's going to be a time where you're not going to be reacting to environment, but like your body telling you that wasn't the right relationship, your body telling you that this house and like this location is not it right now, like that is all that you have to know and trust, and then choose from there. Right? And then everything else is unfolding perfectly. So perfectly. And so this crash out, this like falling apart, this burning, it's meant to happen because everything is about to be so new. Like this timeline that you are jumping into is so beyond anything that you've ever experienced before, because I don't know, I think it's been hundreds, thousands of years, not in our lifetime, that we've ever had this kind of like planetary alignment in Aries like this, in the beginning like this. And so it's new. And I just like, I keep meeting so many people who are like about the new earth, or like creating a new technology to like literally rewrite the internet, like really profound people, really amazing people, really like inspiring people, soul aligned people. And we all have this common goal of new, bringing in the new consciousness. And so I know we've been talking about this a lot, especially in the past like 7 months, where the timelines split, and now like it's all going down. It's all going down, and it's emerging. But what has to happen is that falling apart, that burning, and that it's almost like I'm seeing like piercing. You're like piercing every time this like bubble of whatever illusion comes up, like you pierce it with love and with truth. Like maybe that visualization is going to help someone whenever that comes up. Imagine yourself literally like taking a needle of like divine truth and just like popping the bubble. That makes a lot of sense to me. What else did I want to there was something else. The other thing, which has been like so interesting, I don't know that I've actually put this into words yet. With app development, what I've learned is that in the beginning, when I started doing this, I didn't know anything and I didn't watch any videos on like how to do this. And so I've been a self-taught developer, and it's been so interesting. And it's much different than like 2 years ago, like when I originally was starting to like try and learn code for this, and now we have more tools with AI and things that can help us. But I didn't realize that I had to set like rules. Like this is kind of like a thing, and I'm not going to go too much into details, but like you have to set, Aslan, come. Oh, good boy, Arlo. That's my good baby. Come on. Come up. Say hi to the camera, huh? No, come on. Up. No. So you have to set rules for yourself, for the foundation, and that will create like the foundation for it to follow moving forward. Otherwise it will literally like forget, and it will be it's so frustrating if I don't set a rule and then like the same mistake just keeps happening over and over and over and over. And I was like, I finally had this aha moment, and like my life changed when I started realizing what I had to do. And it's so similar to life. Like when we don't set the rules, like with our free will, what we allow in and what we don't allow in, and how we want to operate, and like what reality is, and like all this stuff, and then it's just kind of like the first selection for like whatever is closest to your request and based off of your subconscious patterns and beliefs. Like that's how this program was like deciding for me. When I would request something, it would give me an output that was like close to what I requested, but like not taking into account what I truly want it to be built upon in the foundation. So, for example, like one thing that I love to do is like, because I'm so intuitive and I channel every day, and like I'm very open to the divine. Ever since I learned about this, which was a long time ago, because my mom's a spiritual healer and I was surrounded by psychics and everything growing up, I set the absolute rule and foundation that I only communicate with beings of the highest truth, and that I only receive messages that are of the highest truth and from my divine team of the highest truth, and that no other beings can ever infiltrate my mind. Because before, when I was younger, I used to see like really scary things. Like I used to see really scary images and beings and thought forms that would like put me in like really scary situations of like just darkness and dark situations where I had to like choose horrible things. It was really strange. Aslan, come. No, good boy, va bene. Molto bravo. See. Come, we say hi. We say hello. I want to show you guys Aslan's face because he's the cutest giggle in the world. Look, he is so big. Oh, he's such a big baby, huh? Can you believe 1 year ago he was smaller? He was like a third of his face. Okay, bye. Go bark at people. And so once I learned about this and set the rules for myself and my reality, like that never happened again. And when I came to Portugal, I set a new rule for myself. I chose that I create from a place of peace instead of chaos, and that I create, and that my life is driven by passion rather than like the excitement of chaos. And I would say that's really true. Like, even though there's the mold stuff going on and whatnot, it's not chaos. Like, being broken down in multiple countries in my van, towing my van across Europe, like living on the farm, as beautiful as the farm is in Italy, like that was chaotic. I literally had a horse named Chaos who died tragically. What are you eating? He will eat anything, absolutely anything that he sees. He was the trash dog in Italy, always causing chaos and eating any trash that volunteers would leave out. And so that's my new baseline. And I think I'm just meant to remind you that like you can set that foundation for yourself right now with your free will and build your life upon that, so that anytime you, for example, go to communicate with your angels and guides, it's always of the highest truth. You are always divinely protected. As an empath, I think it is so absolutely crucial to go in like today and set those protection boundaries for yourself moving forward for the rest of your life, and like be so clear. And write this down if it resonates, but I always add at the end, and I learned this from my mom, but like at the end you say, across all time, dimension, space, planes, and realities. Thank you, and so it is. And so nothing is getting through these rules and these foundations, right? And so protecting yourself from any service to self energy that is not for your highest good. Protecting yourself from any entities, from any, and always saying that, well, first I would start with calling all of you back from every single person that you've ever come across with in this lifetime or past lives. Every time I do that, or when I used to do that like for the first time ever, and like before I had it as a foundation, people would literally look so different. Like I would think that they were so attractive and so whatever and so blah blah, and then a mask was taken off of them, and I was like, oh, that's what you look like physically and energetically. And then they would just like fizzle out of my life. They would literally like float away to another country, and they would just be gone, and the lesson would be learned, and like they wouldn't be in my life anymore because they wouldn't be like siphoning my energy. The things that I loved about them were the things that I loved about myself. And so I called all of me back, I sent all of them back, and I claimed my soul sovereignty. And so doing that, calling all of you back, sending it all back to someone else, to the other people, and also cutting all the cords of attachment. And so clearing the entities, protecting yourself from any service to self entities, any illusions, distortions of truth, sending all the energy back to people, calling all of you back, cutting all cords of attachment, and then claiming your soul sovereignty, and then putting up a protective layer of divine truth, you know, golden white light of divine truth, protecting you from any of this ever affecting your field, your energy, your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional body ever again. Thank you, and so it is. Across all time, dimension, space, planes, and reality. I know that's a lot, but I think you guys who are meant to follow that are following that. And moving forward in this new, like that's the foundation. Like I was sharing, when I made those rules for my app, like these are the settings that we always follow, everything else became so much easier. Like literally night and day, so much easier. And yeah, that came out in the way that I hoped it would. So let me know if that made sense, or if it's resonating with you, or if you found anything in this message that you think was for you. I love seeing your comments. I read every single one of them. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Please give it a thumbs up if you want to support this channel, a hype if you really want to support this channel. It makes a huge difference. You get 3 a week. Leaving a comment, and then subscribing if you have not, and if you want to see more of these videos. If you want to join my retreat in Italy, we are doing a women's retreat. I'm doing it with World Packers, so I will literally like be doing the retreat with you, which I'm super excited about. I'm excited to like learn more about hosting retreats. You guys know I was going to put on a retreat last year, many of you know, but I had to cancel for many reasons when I was in Ireland, and so that was also going to be a horse retreat. This is also a horse retreat, but there are people who will be like doing all the details and everything, and so I'm super excited. Sorry, my camera died. But I'm super excited to ride with you guys, do yoga with you, meditate with you, eat good food with you. By then I'm so confident that I will not be so sensitive to foods because I will be out of the mold and on to the next timeline. If you want to join Nove as a, sound that kind of weird too, Nove as a founding member, then I have that linked below. If you want to do dream life sleep hypnosis, like while we're waiting for Nove to go live, then that will be, I'm like, do I launch this now? Yes, I will launch this now. I just have to set it up in the back end. But if you sign up for dream life sleep hypnosis and you want to like do that course learning, I think that it's beneficial in general to do, even if you're going to do Nove. Aslan, come. Then if you sign up for dream life sleep hypnosis, you will get the first month free. So they're both the same price. So 1 month is going to be $29.99, and then Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis is also $29.99 right now. So if you sign up for Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis, I will send you a redemption code that you will be able to use for 1 month free on Nove. And typically people will get I believe it's a 5-day free trial if you don't do this when Nove is live. So I'm gonna go tend to my Kangal puppy. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.